Can we meet you?
My name is Fatah Kolawole.
Okay. Welcome to the platform.
Okay.
On this program, we enlighten our viewers on the challenges of life and create hope in them that for everybody going through some challenges, there's always a way out. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
My name remains Oluwalose Da Silva,
Okay.
the anchor for today's program.
Okay. You're welcome.
Mr. Akande, please will you shed some light on what you call the story of my life, how it all started, and where it is today by God's grace?
Thank you very much. To God be the family, a wealthy home. My dad was a pool promoter during his days, but he died at a younger age. He died in 1982. We were actually residing in Ibadan, and then things was going on well for every one of us, and we are living, let's say, quote and unquote, a first-class life. But unfortunately, the man died. We have to move all the way from Ibadan to Shogbo. We changed school from a first-class secondary school. I went to Abuja Grammar School, LA in Ibadan, to another school in Oshogbo, at Abuja High School that was newly found. My previous secondary school was founded in 1948. The new school that I joined now was founded in 1978. Yes, I remember very well. It was founded in 1978. Well, it's a new life, but because of the fact that one is a spoiled brat, I will just call it that way. So we were not concentrating at all. A lot of play. We were a bit naughty. Then I was just about maybe 16, 17. That age. That time we already know what they call ladies, girls, school girls that time. So our concentration is not actually in the studies that we were supposed to face. And eventually he fell back at us that because we didn't do well in our secondary school certificate. When I did my WAEC in 1984, I performed woefully. I won't deceive you. I got 3 passes and the rest was F9. To the extent the people that are the administrators of my father's estates, they lashed me, they spoke unruly to me, and to the extent that they said I cannot become anything in life, that I can't worship Mammon and God. And also being somebody that I used to a good life, so I called myself one day that, okay, guy, what do you want to do? Do you want to become a mechanic or you want to be a carpenter? With all this popularity that you have in the town, now you don't have a school certificate, you cannot proceed more than this. So what do you do? So that was how the struggle began. I was looking for where to re-enroll myself because the people said they cannot follow me. I didn't make anything. How can they follow somebody that did not even have 1 credit? I had only 3 passes. I can't forget. I think I had a pass in economics. I had a pass in agric science, and I had a pass in biology. Yes. Biology, economics, and agricultural science. Those are the 3 passes that I had. And this is somebody that wanted to become a doctor. because I did physics, chemistry, biology, and all the science subjects in my secondary school, hoping to become a doctor. So now what do I do? The people that are in charge of my dad money, they said they cannot follow me. So I started looking for where to re-enroll myself. That took me to Obokun GC in Ilesha. Immediately they heard, the administrators of my father's estate, immediately they heard that I've enrolled myself in Obokun GC in Ilesha. They sprang into action, say, you are in Oshobo self, we cannot handle you. Then you now went to Ilesha. Who will be in charge of your life? Who will be able to control you? They now took it upon themselves and looked for a place for me in Mogodio to re-enroll as an external candidate. So I was re-enrolled. That was in 1985. There's no school. Somebody is not sound before. There's no school to attend again. So I did it with one of my friends. Came across one of my friends that is more serious than myself, Ayo Ibikunle. So we started studying together. We enrolled in an extramural class, and we designed a method for ourselves of how to study. So when everybody goes to school in the morning, we will go to the state library, Osun State Library. That's Orisun Barriers. We go there and sit quietly and study till 2 o'clock. When everybody closed from the school, we ourselves will close and we'll go to our respective home. We'll relax a bit each, and by 4 we are off to extramural lesson. After that, we return back maybe 7:30. He will go to his house, I will go to my house too. By 10 o'clock, we have converged in my house, in my residence. We'll study overnight. One thing I found out eventually as time goes on was that I began to put interest in this thing. Those things I did not know even while I was in the 4 wall of school, I began to understand it even outside the school. The topic, some topics that I was taught while I was in school that I didn't understand, something like principle of movement, then mechanics, all those kind of things that looks like a magic when I was in the 4 wall of school. I began to pick interest to the extent that whenever we are at home, all the question that was behind the Lambert and Habot, Necon, that time, Necon is physics, I think Lambert is chemistry. I began to solve this thing myself, and eventually I did the WAEC that re-enrolled. I did it, and eventually I had 7 credits. It was profound to me. 7 credits. This is somebody they said he cannot pass. I was out. After passing, I went to Ibadan to go and meet my parents. My mom stays in Ibadan, so I went to her, got a job in one hotel as a kitchen clerk. So that was from 85 to 87. Then 1987, I got admission into the university. This is somebody they said he will not be up to anything. I got admission. In fact, in Oshogo that time, among my peers, I was among the first set that entered into the university. This is somebody they said you can't become anything. I got admission to study microbiology. and I was there, but I was not content. I was not satisfied with microbiology because I wanted to study medicine. So while in the class studying microbiology, I was doing JAMB again just to enter university, to enter medicine, school of medicine. I found out also that as I was doing that, it was affecting my course load. And the jam that I was retaking too, I didn't score up to anything. When I got admission, I scored 230 to enter. That gave me the microbiology. But now what I was scoring now was 222, 218, like that. So in 1990, I found out that even if I should continue with this microbiology, I won't even study it for 4 years. It will take me 5 years again. Like 5 years. And I will not be satisfied. So I decided to quit. I quitted. I left the country. I moved out of the country to search. That was the period of Andrew checking out. I checked out of the country. Went to Valletta, Malta. There, another life began. We began a high-flying lifestyle, forgot about education completely. That was how we did all sort of jobs. I mean, high-flying jobs, not illegal deals. I never followed them to wash dish. I never followed them to wash cups. We did women runs. People who come from Africa with their ladies, who put them in the house, call the Arabs to come and meet with them. That was what we were doing that time. Eventually, I metamorphosized into. I graduated to another thing, so we started selling drugs on the streets. Sold drug, and money was coming. But one thing I found out again, as you gather the money, because the money was so much that you can't take it to the bank. You are not even regular, you cannot open a bank account. So as we gather the money, any day police come to our house to bust us. That money has come, we'll start again. If you are not arrested or sent to prison. But I was lucky, all the period I was doing it, I wasn't, though I was busted severally, but I was never taken. Some people went, some people died, some people, in my presence, some people, when we are smoking together, so many died. So, to God be the glory. It got to a point that I started taking the drug myself. I became addict. I became a junkie that consumed both cocaine and heroin. But you cannot compare somebody taking drug abroad in Europe and somebody taking drug in Nigeria. The way I see these street urchins in Nigeria taking drug, the way they look, no. People are suffering here. When we want to take drugs, there's every other things that will go along with it. That even when you come and see us that we are taking drugs, you want to take too, because it goes with every other good things. We buy everything and we begin to enjoy ourselves. That's the way we do every day. Smoke from night till morning. It's only in the morning that we sleep. While we are smoking, you go and strike and sell products and come back. You continue. We did that till 2003.
So if I may cut in, how do you get supplies for those drugs you sell?
Well, it's a cartel. It's a cartel business. The moment I started taking pinches taking from somebody that are selling pinches. Maybe somebody may give you half a gram to pinch and sell. Then eventually you graduated to maybe buying 5 gram and separate it and sell half gram, 1 gram, like that. Eventually they'll come, people that come all the way from Nigeria, importers that bring this thing in, they have known us to be the striker. We are the striker at that time. They will come and be looking for us to come and help them to sell. Some will drop 200 grams, 500 grams. You tell them to come back. After finishing sales, you pay them their money and they go. So it will become hot cake in the street. So that was how we are doing. So eventually, in 2002, then I found out that there are some things happening to me. Some things are happening to me. I noticed that my body system was changing.
Health-wise?
Health-wise. My eyes, my fingernails, my pee, my piece, all are becoming yellow.
Caused by the drug?
Well, I think so. But we don't know. I just thought it's probably yellow fever that used to, because when we were younger, we see there are some people that used to have yellow fever. So it didn't really bother me much, but I know there was something wrong with me.